Hello, I'm going to show you all how to winterize the facility. And what I'm going to do first is go out to the meter, the water meter out in the driveway, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the water off to the building so that I can do my next steps. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, the water meter, or whatever you want to call it, is out here. Here we go. Here it is. This brown thing here. And what I need to do is GoPro, stop recording. I guess it is a water meter because it says water meter on it. So what you want to do is take these pair of pliers, or a pair of pliers, and turn this so it unlocks it, and pull it up, put it to its side. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, down in the water meter, there's a thing that counts the amount of water that we uses. And so what I need to do is turn this to allow the water to stop coming in from the county. Okay. All right, if you look down in here, you can see where I've turned that to where it is, they line up with each other. So now the water is off. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is put the water meter lid back on so nobody trips in and falls into it, the hole. Okay. And we'll try to lock it down. And there we go, it's locked in. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, now that we're back from the street, I'm going to go ahead and open this valve here, or break it, whatever, and we'll have some water coming in from the street. Oh, come on. I don't think I was up enough. Okay. And you can see that there's nothing coming from the street. And I'm gonna cut this valve open. We'll get a little bit of water from there. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, the next thing is going to be is to suck the water out of the water that's coming from the street. It's kind of hit and miss how much water you get out, but I'll go ahead and turn the vacuum on. GoPro stop record. Well, not a whole lot of water has come out. What I'll do sometimes is put something down in there and maybe pour some of that water out. Which again is still filling back up. So we'll have to fill with this a later too. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, under the guard's table, there's a spigot that the hose is attached to underneath, to where we open that spigot goes to all the lines in the bathrooms going outside. So what we like to do is go ahead and put air onto those lines through this spigot, and I'll go out here and to where I've got the compressor hooked up. Hopefully I won't trip. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Hopefully that's good. Okay. The way this runs, you've got this hose that's going back to that spigot to blow the air out, to blow air through there, to then go into the bathrooms and blow all the water out of the sinks and the toilets and everything. So this is kind of like a reverse scenario, to where you're pumping air through the line, through this valve here. This valve controls the amount of air that goes in. That's a shut off. The gauge on this is not working. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll cut the compressor on, but I've got to be concerned the way this works. You got two gauges. Whoop, let me swing it around there. Whoop. You got two gauges. This first gauge over here is the amount of air that's going into the tank. And this gauge is the amount of air that you're pumping through to that spigot to blow all the water out. Now, there's to this valve here, right, opening and closing it, you control the amount of output that you want to give it. And we want to stay somewhere around 25 when we're using this. Too much pressure, you might have a problem bursting a line. So want to keep that down. So the way that I got it hooked up from a wiring, electrical standpoint, is that the yellow extension cord, whoop, The yellow extension cord comes over and ties into this, which controls the compressor. Then it goes through this yellow extension cord over to the vacuum. This is where we vacuum out the, and I'll show you later on, vacuum out the bathroom, the toilets, the sinks, and also the outside spigot. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now I got everything hooked up, is I'm going to go ahead and cut the power on to the compressor. It cuts off somewhere around 125. And I go ahead and I start adjusting this. Where it's showing you that it's somewhere around 25 or somewhere. So that's what I keep adjusting. So I'm in that range. But this will keep going up. So you want to let this run until it cuts itself off. Okay, it looks like it cut off at 150 of air that's in this function here, the cylinder. And I can adjust this up. So right now that's set around 125. Excuse me. It's set at 25, not 125. That would be a disaster. So I'm going to pause it right now and let's see, was there anything else? Oh, I guess that's it. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it on now, or turn this valve on. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Okay. Go into the men's bathroom. It sounds like I have something open and see what it is. Oh, it's this valve right here. It's open. Let's see if I can close it without getting my feet wet. Okay, I've cut that off. And I'm going to cut this one on, if it's not already on. Let's see. It's on. So I'm going to cut it off. Okay. That's all. Now, I'm going to go to the women's room and just check that real quick. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, back in the bathrooms, what I want to do is go to the sinks, and I want to, with the 5/8 inch, and to loosen these off and keep that valve closed. And I'm going over here into where the commodes are, and instead of doing the 5/8 there, I'll go ahead and hopefully this will do it. But to take this off, GoPro, stop recording. Okay, now that's loose, and I want to go over to the next toilet next door and basically do the same thing. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I've done that, sorry. Taking care of this one over here in the men's room. And the other, okay? Now I'm going to go over to the women's room and do the same thing. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, over here in the women's room, which I didn't show you in the men's room, is that you want to cut this off, which it actually is cut off, and then you want to take your 5/8 tool and loosen this up. Hopefully 5/8. There we go, it is. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I have that off now. This is the cold side. The other side over there is the hot side, which we don't use the hot side. And I'll show you later on down the road where it's not being used. And I gotta go into the women's bathroom and do the same thing to the toilet on either side. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, this is the last toilet here in the women's room. One thing I didn't tell you is that this valve here controls the water coming in. So what I want to do is actually cut that off. Okay, I'll open this up. The reason why I close this off is that when I start pushing air into it, I want to be able to go around to each one of these fittings here and open it up and watch the water come out, and then finally blow air. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, next thing is I got to get the water out of this bowl and out of the lower chute, out of this thingamajigger. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, that's going to keep recording. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stick this down in there. But I'm going to cut it on, and I just got to be careful of those guts inside the inside that tank. So I'm going to turn this off and get to sucking the water out. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop recording here because my battery on this is about at 35%, but maybe we'll get to see some more here. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, on the outside, on the back side of the men's room, we've got this outdoor spigot to where I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Thing's hard to turn sometimes. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we can adjust it later. Well, what's going to happen, water should come out of that. When I come over here, put this down, walk over here and we'll do this. Alright. There we go. I'm going to walk. Hopefully I won't trip. And we're still at the 125. Excuse me. We're over here at between 125 and 150, and our outlet is going around 25. And the valve is shut off. So what I'm going to do the camera won't fall over. Is open this up, and it's forcing air through the spigot, and let's go see if it's done anything by pushing water out here. Can you hear the compressor cutting on? And you can hear the compressor going on because it needs to put more into that outlet that we got set at 25. So it's going to pump a little bit of water here. Let me go over there and see if I can make it go up, open any further. It almost looks like there's antifreeze coming through that from last year, but I could be wrong. But if I close it up, I need to do anyway. And you can hear the compressor catching it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this valve up again. Okay. Alright, now on the other side of the building there's a thing where water can come out, but it's been plugged with a cast iron plug. GoPro, stop recording.